Welcome back to part 8 of my Let's Build Swiss Village using Planet Coaster. And in this episode, not a lot of different things happen except during the midway point, a little bathroom is built in the shape of a small cabin. I have been looking at lots of different Swiss architecture and have come to the realization that not every single house in Switzerland has these giant roofs. In fact, many houses have very non-steep roofs. They look sort of like cabins, you know. So that's what I'm trying to incorporate, because I don't want all the buildings to look too similar, and because your eyes are not going to look at every building, and so there have to be some sort of filler buildings that are very low, and that's why I made the toilet into that. What else is happening? Well, of course, other than a lot of detailing, I have to sort of work out how to hide the queue area for the hot air balloon ride, and I have to say, I was kind of just really experimenting. I really didn't have a plan when I did it, and I'm sort of not finished yet, but it looks a bit odd to me. I think that the method of construction is a bit odd, so it's not entirely, I'm not entirely satisfied with how it looks yet, because the shapes of the queue area were so strange and so different, all these different angles, and there's just not enough pieces to do what I need. So it's pretty much an experimentation. I may not decide to keep it, but since I spent a few hours on it, I thought that I might as well keep it, but I'm not 100% about that. Let me know what you guys think about that, if you think it looks okay, or if you think I should try a different approach. And what else am I building? I'm finishing off that Chief Beef restaurant, adding signs and lights. It comes along nicely. It's coming along okay. Tomorrow I have the whole day planned to spend playing this game, because I haven't had the most amount of time yet to play it. So tomorrow I plan to make it a 7-hour long session of playing this game. The reason why I don't get addicted to playing it very much at the moment, as you can see in the comments of my last video, I've been discussing it with some other Let's Players, is that the frame rate gets so bad, it gets so slow and painful, and it's entirely due to the fact that I don't have terraforming, or we don't have terraforming yet, and so it can be a bit less of a joy to build due to frame rate. And I am not worried about this actually being that bad when the game comes out, or even next month, because terraforming will really take away a lot of that lag, a lot of that really bad frame rate. I really think when I make my next village, I will have to be planning it like crazy, just because I couldn't bear to play with this horrible lag. I don't know if it's quite noticeable in the time-lapse, but I guess when it comes to me showing you this roller coaster, you will really notice the lag, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I will probably have to delete the Haunted Castle roller coaster, but I will try to keep it in during the walkthrough and then delete it so you can't see it, so you don't notice it's not there. Something like that, because I have been riding the children's roller coaster, and that lag, oh my god, it's just not fun. It's just not nice to see. But anyway, enough about that lag. What else can I talk about in this episode? Well, I can also say that I'm getting more comfortable with roof placements. In fact, I realized I can delete the blue roof and just, build, use it to get the right shape of the roof, the right slanted shape, and then get rid of the blue roof and then just replace it with brown signed roofs. Because sometimes you can see the blue roof and it was driving me crazy. What else can I say about this build? Well, I said I wouldn't be placing loads and loads of rocks, but as you can see right now, I am placing a gajillion rocks, and it's sometimes the only way to do it. Sometimes I'm really stuck for sort of outdoorsy aspects and ideas of a winter wonderland. There's not a great amount to work with, so I am making the trees from cypress trees. I would love fir trees. I really hope we get fir trees, because fir trees would look pretty fantastic, I have to say. And once we get fir trees, I can make more or less the things that I want, and more of that. I wonder if anyone's seen the latest concept art that's come out, and I think it looks absolutely wonderful. The shop fronts of fantasy theme. I am really looking forward to that fantasy theme, because Hopefully it'll have some scary, spooky fantasy elements in it. I have been reading that they will not be including a horror theme with the base game. In fact, they're working on pirate, sort of adventure, sci-fi, and fantasy. Don't quote me on that. Maybe I'm missing one out. But they didn't mention spooky or horror, and I'm thinking, no, I really, really want spooky theme. You know me, you've seen my other builds, so you know that I'm obsessed with spooky things. But hopefully that the themes will be overlapping, and fantasy can be spooky too, right? So, and one of the shop fronts looks really spooky. It looks really cool. So I'm not too bothered if they don't have a horror theme, if it sort of overlaps with their other themes. That's all I am hoping for then. So I think that I will leave it there today. I have a lot to do at the moment. I have a German exam coming up because I'm learning German, and that's on Wednesday. So tomorrow I plan on learning German, and I plan on playing this game. I probably end up playing this game more than learning German, but you know, whatever. You know, scheißegal, as they say in Germany. So I will leave it there, and I will see you in part 9. It's part 8, isn't it? Yeah, I'll see you in part 9, where I will probably struggle to think of things to talk about during this video, because I really don't know. But if you have any questions or really would like me to talk about a certain thing in my next video, I would really appreciate a comment to tell me, like, oh, talk more about this, talk more about that, because I struggle to figure out what I can talk about. Hopefully, I don't want to make this too boring for you. I don't know if it's that interesting talking about my personal life, blah blah blah. I don't know how interesting that is. And making houses, there's only so much I can say. I think I've said this in like every video of the Swiss build, like I'm struggling to figure out things to talk about. But I think I've been talking for long enough to make that all relevant. So as you can see, I'm finishing off that little toilet cabin, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this build. I will see you in the next part. Bye for now. Oh hey, thanks for watching all the video. If you want more, click here in one of these boxes or something, and don't forget to subscribe if you want.